Because Blizzard is beginning to release heritage armor for each of the original races, I decided I should start making basic guides on these. Now, all of them will probably end up very similar to how this one ended up, as I decided to try and go to the questing route to see how much rep I would gain. I found myself getting only 250 rep once every few quests, adding up to a much lower rate than this. If you would prefer to do the questing route, then I recommend checking out Alterac Valley, Azshara, Blasted Lands, Durotar, Northern and Southern Barrens, Silverpine Forest, Stone Talon Mountains, the Lost Isles, or the Twilight Highlands. But since I didn't have as much luck with this route, I decided to go to the dungeon route. First off, we need to stop by the Stone Guard Nargle in the center of Orgrimmar. He sells a tabard, which grants Orgrimmar rep in all dungeons. I'm not using the Dark Moon Fair buff, or including it in my basic math, but always remember, if it's available, go sit on the carousel and get that rep buff. After picking up the tabard, go to Ragefire Chasm in the Drag, then simply run through and kill every mob including bosses as fast as you can. Upon completing the dungeon, you should receive 384 reputation with Orgrimmar. As a shaman, I can complete a run in 4 minutes and 12 seconds, including entering the dungeon loading screen, killing every mob, and leaving the dungeon with the loading screen. So if we are able to complete the dungeon in roughly 4 minutes, and we do this for about an hour, we should be able to get roughly 15 runs in. With 15 runs, we will receive 5,760 rep for Orgrimmar from RFC. Getting to Honored should be next to nothing, as even with a boosted character who never spent a moment leveling in the original zones, you should only be about a kill or two away from Honored. Getting to Revered will take roughly 2.5 hours of this grind to get 12,000 reputation, and getting to Exalted will take roughly 4 hours to get 21,000 reputation. Altogether, in about 6 hours, I'll say 7 with an hour of mistakes and miscalculation, you should be Exalted with Orgrimmar. While this may be the most annoying 6 to 7 hours of your life, 7 hours to Exalted isn't a bad deal, considering 3 weeks is the goal with Honorbound. If you can't sit still for that long running RFC, perhaps limit yourself to 5 runs a day. In about a week you'll be Revered, and in another 2 weeks you would be Exalted. Now, if you get bored of RFC and it's just sickening to keep doing this dungeon, any dungeon of your choice does work as long as you are wearing the tabard. I just find that RFC is the shortest dungeon with all of the bosses very close by. When picking your dungeon of choice, consider the fact that bosses provide 60 reputation and units provide 3 rep each. Thank you for watching, and get on with it.